Issue 22. Jobs first or children first? Life used to be fairly simple for women. They were expected to get married young, have children, and stay at home to take care of the household. But the situation is more complicated now. Many still follow the traditional path, by choice or necessity, but others opt out of marriage altogether, or they wish to have husbands but no children, or children but no husbands, or they want to combine careers with motherhood. The last choice is the hardest to achieve and may produce the worst effects on the children involved. Children of working mothers may be less likely to lead a healthy lifestyle, British researchers found, regardless of the mother's ethnicity, education, or job level. After adjustment for socio-demographic characteristics, it was found that children whose mothers work, whether part-time or full-time, are less likely to eat fruits or vegetables at meals or as snacks, and are more likely to drink sweetened beverages than natural, healthy drinks. They also sit in front of the television or the computer screen more than 2 hours a day, compared with the less than 2-hour average of the children of stay-at-home moms, and are more likely to be driven to school than to walk or ride a bike. Time constraints may limit parents' capacity to provide their children with healthy foods and opportunities for physical activity. The absent parents' inability to police their kids' activities may also be a factor. The research, however, does not imply that mothers should not work, but instead highlights the need for more policies and programs to support parents. A generation or two ago, most families got by with a single paycheck, but changing attitudes and opportunities have made it economically difficult for a household to survive unless both parents are employed. At the same time, the number of single parents, mostly women without husbands, has also risen dramatically. But whatever the reasons for the change are, it is still the children who are most victimized by the new situation. Unless modern industrial societies become more communal in their child-rearing arrangements, it is difficult to see how kids' conditions are likely to improve. What does it mean? 1. Time constraints may limit parents' capacity. 2. After adjustment for socio-demographic characteristics. 3. Highlights the need for policies and programs to support parents. Comprehension. 1. According to the British study, in what specific ways are children disadvantaged if their mothers are employed outside the home? 2. What is needed to remedy the situation? 3. What would more communal child-rearing entail, in your opinion?
Teen Talk. One. Does your mom work outside the home? Do you think she wants to? Explain your answer. 2. Would you prefer for your mother to stay at home or go to work? What difference would it make to you? 3. What are the good things and bad things about a mother having a job? 4. What do you think about sharing domestic chores if your mom worked? Do you think your dad should help? What could you do to help around the house? 5. Some people say a working mom can't be a good mother because she is always too busy to take care of her children properly. Do you agree or disagree? Why? 6. Do you think it would be okay if your dad stayed at home, took care of you, and did the household chores while your mom earned the family income? 7. If your father were a house husband, do you think he would do his job as well as your mother does now? Why or why not?
Opinion samples. 1. Mothers are human beings too, with the ability to make choices in life. If they want to stay at home while their husbands go to work, that is their choice. If they want to pursue a career or earn extra money on their own, that is also their choice. All the same, if my mother were my slave and under my control, I would probably insist that she stayed at home to help me do my homework, give me comforting words when I have a problem, and keep me well fed. But she is not my slave, and I don't want her to be my slave. So although I really hope she stays home, because that is what she wants to do, mainly I want her to be happy and make good choices for herself. Questions. 1. If you were an employer, would you try to hire men instead of women, even if they were all equally qualified? What might be a good justification for such a practice? 2. Should single women be treated differently in the workforce than married women or single mothers? Why or why not?
Opinion samples 2. Some of my friends' mothers don't have jobs, but they are terrible parents anyway. They are still away from home many hours a day. Shopping, they say. When they are home, they just want to watch television, so they don't pay much attention to their kids. They don't provide any financial benefits to the family, but they don't provide much psychological support either. On the other hand, some of my friends have working moms who are away from home all day but still manage to be warm, supportive figures to their children all the time. So I think the difference is in the mother's attitude, not her employment. Questions. 1. Describe the ideal family situation in terms of the roles of both husband and wife. 2. How many children would you like to have someday? Why did you choose that particular number?
Dialogue.
George, I have some news for you.
Is it good news or bad news?
A little of both, I suppose.
What is it?
I'm starting a new job on Monday, so I won't be at home during the day.
Wow, that's wonderful. Congratulations, Mom. Wait, what am I saying? That's terrible.
Why do you think so?
Who's going to take care of me?
Your dad will, of course, and his mom.
But it's not the same. You're the only one I can trust with my homework, my meals, and my mental attitude. Dad and Grandma mean well, but they just aren't as good a mother as you are.
Thanks for the compliment, but maybe I've been too good a mom in some ways. I think you need to develop more independence, and you can't do that as long as I'm taking such good care of you. This will be good for you.
When something bad is going to happen to kids, why do adults always insist it's going to be good for them?
What do you mean by that?
It's just like studying for a test. We have to spend all our time reading and memorizing a lot of boring, meaningless information. But the grown-ups claim it's good for us. I can't see the advantage in it myself.
I guess that's because you aren't an adult yet. Someday, when you are a big success, you will look back and not only agree with us, but you'll be thankful we did it.
Why are you suddenly leaving me alone like this?
The family could use some extra money to help with your education and some other things we need, so we can all lead happier lives as a result.
Not happy for me. I can tell already that I'm going to feel lonely and unloved.
Questions. 1. Does George care more about his mother or himself? Support your claim. 2. Does George's mother care more for herself or for George? Justify your conclusion.
Read and discuss. Feminism for men. Paradoxically, the feminist movement has not only liberated women from narrow patriarchal attitudes, but has also freed men to lead their own lives too. Until recently, men had to work or their families would suffer. It made no difference whether or not men were happy in their occupations or whether they wanted to spend more time with their wives and children. For them, it was either work or starve. So women got to put their full effort into being good wives and mothers. While feeling frustrated that they could not use their talents and abilities outside the home. But men were often almost strangers in their own homes, spending a lot of time at work but very little with their loved ones. But then women began moving into the workforce in large numbers, and soon after that it became unremarkable for women to earn as much or more than their husbands. As a result, many of these unhappy male workers have found lives of fulfillment by quitting their jobs and staying at home. They have become loving parents and happy, dedicated homemakers, while their wives have climbed the corporate ladders and pursued exciting careers. Isn't it odd that so many women became liberated by leaving home, while their husbands freed themselves by going back home? Questions. 1. Do you think house husbands are somehow unmanly? Give your reasons. 2. As household incomes have risen due to two earners rather than one, what have been the bad social effects in your opinion? 3. In what ways have children been affected, negatively or positively, by not having a mom at home with them? 4. Are stay-at-home dads exactly as desirable as stay-at-home moms? Pictures Talk. One. Questions. 1. Does your father want your mother to work outside the home? Why or why not? 2. Would it be okay if your mother made more money than your father? 3. If both of your parents work, how do they divvy up household chores? What do you do to help?
2. Questions. 1. Do you have any brothers and sisters? Or are you the only child? What are the advantages and disadvantages of your situation? 2. Do you think the only child should have pets or not? Why? 3. Do you enjoy your time the most with dad, mom, or your pet? Why do you think so? What's your advice? 1. Last month, my mom quit her job because Dad wanted her to stay at home and take care of me and help with my studies. When both of my parents worked, I had some freedom and some extra conscience money from my father. But after Mom quit her job, she has been just as busy as before, meeting her friends and going to the gym. So I'm still alone, but now I don't have any extra money. And, what's worse, when Mom does stay home, she runs after me nagging about everything. However, when Dad asks about Mom, I have to lie about the situation because I don't want to be the cause of a big argument between my parents. I hate it when they fight. I don't know what to do. Can anyone help me?
2. I'm the luckiest boy in the world. Both of my parents work, and usually they don't get home until late. So I have complete freedom to do everything I want to at home until they get there. If they are home, though, they are very strict and meddle with every aspect of my life, so I'm glad they are mostly away. I just don't understand when some of my friends complain that their parents don't stay at home with them. I pray every night that my parents will come home as late as possible. Am I strange? Or do my friends have the wrong priorities in life?